Hello, everyone. Welcome to Curious Dots, a podcast that maps emotional, unseen stories behind brands. Not through bios and blurbs, but through objects and memories and conversations that matter. I'm Abhishek, founder of dmodot, and today we are launching our first episode with a guest whose brand I have admired, not just for what it looks like, but what it feels like. She is the founder of Banana Labs, a brand that blurs the line between function, play, and purpose. I'd like to introduce and welcome Mariyam. Hello, Mariyam.
Hi Abhishek, thanks a lot for having me and also as your first guest. So it's honestly a privilege, but also I think we go back in time. So there's so much we've already shared. So I'm really, really excited to be here. Thanks again.
I'm also really happy that you are here with us and we get a chance to understand what Banana Labs is about, what your story behind Banana Labs is. And if you could just tell our audience more about what your brand is about and what does it stand for, and I mean, through what you think of it.
Sure. So I'll actually start with me first. So I'm the co-founder of Banana Labs. I run this brand with my mother. Banana as in haath se banana. So everything we do is handcrafted and primarily under hand block printing. So we use craft as a way to celebrate our brand. We do women's wear, we do men's wear, we do really modern geometric prints that can engage with the current zeitgeist of today. So basically, we want to make crafts really fun, we want to make crafts really modern, we want to represent India on a global level. And I think that's the whole idea where kind of Banana Labs originated from.
Lovely. So you've been running this brand for?
So it's been about 3 years that we've been running the brand under Banana Labs. Earlier, it was a different brand. So I did my master's from the UK, and before that we were running the brand, but it was more like I didn't do it actively as a brand. I was helping out my father. I was just doing things and exploring the market. After I came back from the UK, and there was a time when I was, wearing my brand in the UK, and I got so many compliments. People adored the craft. And that's when I realized that, I can really register the company and build a brand out of it. And I think that's where Banana Labs was born. Out of India, but then we kind of originated it in India.
I too agree that there are little moments which happen in your life that actually make you believe that you can actually start a business or do like something much more bigger than what exactly it is at that point. Absolutely. Well, anyway, welcome again, and thank you for telling everyone what your brand is about. So our first segment of the podcast is objects from another life. So we asked Mariyam to bring an object, something from another version of herself. So what have you brought today, Mariyam, and why?
Okay, so I've got actually something really emotional, really special. This is my grandfather, my Nana's watch. It's a Breitling watch from, I would say, from 1980s. So it's something so close to my heart, and it reminds me of so much, but I think we'll delve deeper as we go into the conversation.
Definitely. This looks so beautiful, and it is definitely vintage. How old is it?
So I would say something in 1980s.
Okay.
Certainly outlived both of us.
Definitely. I wasn't even born. I think this watch has been into existence way before than both of us were born. Yeah. So this is a beautiful timepiece, and Breitling is Breitling.
Yeah.
Lovely. So we'll keep it here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it will help us put more into the conversation as
lovely. Yeah, so we also have like questions around this segment. So again, as we mentioned, this is objects from another life, and you've brought this lovely watch from your Nana ji, right?
Yes, my Nanu. So I used to call him Nana Boo.
Okay.
So yeah, this is from him.
And so what did your Nanu do? I mean,
so he was an employee in the UP corporates.
Okay.
And he's done like incredible social work around in the UP. In fact, his village was Tilguri Buzuria, something like that.
Interesting. I've never heard of this city.
It's a small village actually in the UP, and he also got electricity to that village at that point. So he's done like honestly incredible work. He was really respected, and he's also done a lot for women. I think I do imbibe a lot of things that he brought to the table So I think, he was somebody I have always looked up to, and to have to speak about him today, I think it's a beautiful feeling, and it's also
Definitely.
going back to heritage.
Absolutely.
What would you bring if you were to bring something to this podcast?
What would I bring? Interesting. So I think I would have brought my first pair of DMOs, which
Yeah.
made me start this brand actually, and I still have them in my collection. And yeah, that was the first shoe that made me believe in the brand, and made me believe that if I make something, people will wear it, which is a doubt with every entrepreneur who's getting on a new journey, because I mean, making things is easy, but people accepting it and I mean, giving it all the love that you thought they might is something that actually.
That's a really strong point.
Yeah.
Because like I've also always said that Banana Labs is an extension of me, and the fact that it's kind of got accepted feels like a validation for me as a person, but also for the brand in general. So I think it's
definitely
it's a beautiful thing. I would have loved to see that pair. You should flash it.
Yeah, I will definitely flash it. I will show it to everyone on all the people who are watching us having this conversation. But yeah, so again, getting back to questions from the object from another life that you brought, I would like to ask you that if this object or like this watch could talk, what truth would it tell about you that you rarely admit?
I think that's a good one. I think it would tell me to be in the present, to be in the moment. And how I interpret it right now would be, I'm with Abhishek right now, we're doing this podcast, and I would want to give it my best so that it's a success. But also the fact that I often divert from the present, we start thinking about future scenarios, past lives. I think the idea is to literally be in the present, and this watch has been a reminder to me about that.
Definitely. I think that is a very, very valid point, because the other day I was asked a question. When people ask you what is the most important moment, what would you say? So I said today, right? And they were like, no, it's not today. It's right now.
Now.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, there's a difference between today and now also, because most of the time we mistake it for living today, right? But today is also like a very broad, I mean, classification or whatever. It's, I think it's
like this second.
Yeah,
this
now,
second.
now, like, so live now. Interesting, love it. I mean, really happy to know that, and also it's very much connected to the watch. Your answer, right? Living now, living in the moment, living in the present. Okay. The second question is, so how different you think Banana Labs would look if this object never existed?
So let me put it in a different way. If the object, let's say, didn't exist, maybe my grandfather was not there, or my nanabu wasn't there. So I don't think I would have the same values or principles, ethos I talk about as of today. So the fact that he would not be there, I don't think the brand would look everything that it is today. It would have been something else altogether, or I would be doing something else.
I still have the last question.
Cool.
So why did this object survive the mess of time and memory when others didn't?
I think the question answers the answer itself. Mess of time, it's still there. We're talking about time. This is still present. The fact that time is, it cannot be erased. It's constantly in motion, and today it is there. It's ticking.
So the question is, why did this piece, like I'm sure your grandfather might also have like cufflinks and ties and
so I think after
why did this watch make it to the cut?
So I mean, so when y'all had asked me to bring an object that could, that's an object from the past, I felt the watch to my life with respect to the stage that I am in made most sense, because I did have fabrics, I did have everything, but I think the fact that my grandfather and his story kind of intervening with this podcast made more sense. So I think it did stay for that reason. But also, I feel like time is really a concept which is so beautiful.
But I think time is what we have also.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, and everything is, we're just racing against time, and
Yeah.
everything is like we are trading time
Yeah.
for money. I mean, eventually nothing matters if we
Hmm.
don't have time at our
And
hand.
also
I mean,
time
time
that you
is,
make for something. That just shows how important the thing
again, it's time. So time
Yeah.
is the most valuable currency we
Yeah.
have. I mean, we
Yeah.
are trading everything. Time is what we are trading everything for. Like,
Yeah.
you put in your hard work, you're
Mm.
using your time, you make money, you're putting in time to get
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think time is a interesting concept of people's life, which people don't really pay attention to mostly.
Yeah.
And they always, I feel that they always talk about, oh, I don't have time for this, or I will do this later, or, but I feel you should always have time for what you love doing. You
Yeah,
should always have
100%.
time for what grows you. You should always have time for what makes you a better person. And you should always have time for what makes your time better.
Fair.
Basically.
That's a nice point, actually.
Yeah. So, but I think it's a very fairly misunderstood concept by most of the people. But I'm glad that
Yeah.
we could touch this topic of time through your grandfather's watch and timepiece, and it's a lovely timepiece again. And
Thank
I
you.
mean, lovely
I'm sure
stories.
he's looking from the heaven
And blessing us.
and blessing us and this podcast.
Great. Okay, so this brings us to the end of our first segment, Objects from Another Life. And it's always so amazing to see how many memories are stored in the quietest things that we possess. It was lovely to see Mariyam, lovely to hear your stories, and a wonderful object that you brought in. It was lovely to hear all the memories of your Nanupa and the times that he's been through and the values that he instilled in you.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. for you
Every
to, like,
every
even
moment was just inspiring.
Thank you.
We learned a lot today.
Yeah, I learned a lot about you.
Yeah. Mariyam, do you feel like your brand has outgrown the version of you that built it?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I've been a very, very underconfident person earlier. I didn't even tell people about my brand when I went to the UK. So like I said, it was my friend.
So tell me again, correct me. You had this brand before you went to UK?
Yeah, so I was doing it in a small way. Like I was helping my dad. We did a couple of retail pieces. We did like an export. So I said that, I'll help you out. I don't know what am I going to do. I was a bit confused. I knew I wanted to do something in business. I just didn't know what exactly. I knew that it was something in craft, but I just didn't get the calling to do that fully. Like, how do I do it? I didn't get the direction. So when I was in the UK and I did, I was wearing a dress to one of my classes. What happened was, there were so many people from all across the world and most of them non-Indians. They asked me, what is this? Where is this from and all that? And I said that I've made it, It's very
That's a wonderful
quietly.
feeling, right? When you are wearing something and people ask you, oh, where is this from?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, wow.
That's exactly what happened to me, and I realized that what, there is something in here. I've always been really kind of very subtle, and my brand even now it's very subtle. It's not out there, it's very subtle, but it's there. It does talk in a certain way, it talks in a certain language. So I think for me, I never imagined this brand is going to go to this level, whatever level it is on now. It has really outgrown what I thought of the brand. But I think there's something else about it. I have outgrown the person I was who started Banana Labs at that point of time versus the person I am now. So I feel it's been a very personal journey also, as it's great for the brand, but it's also my personal journey that I've outgrown that person, that one girl who started that small little thing with her mom and didn't know it'll be so well received.
Lovely. Great. I think it's very interesting to really hear that, because I think when we are young or younger, I would say, we have very different perceptions or perspective, perception, everything. I think we think of things very differently. But then life actually hammers you down
Yeah.
and shows you the reality. I
I
mean,
agree.
I still remember when I started my brand, I got an order. I placed an order for 500 pairs,
Yeah.
and I thought it'll be very easy for me to sell it. But the moment I got the inventory from the manufacturer and I tried to sell it, I figured out that it was very difficult to sell.
Wow.
Because when I started the brand, I thought I have so many friends, my friends would end up buying all of these products.
Friends are never your clients.
Exactly, that's something I learned the hard way, that
Yeah.
friends are never your clients, and they are the ones who actually run away when you try to sell something to them.
No, so
Not
they're your biggest cheerleaders. They can be your
Absolutely.
cheerleaders in the journey, but
I think-
not necessarily somebody who will buy from you.
But for me,
No.
I've had a bad experience. Not a bad experience, but a different experience,
Yeah,
I would say. And I think there is nothing bad about that experience. An experience is an experience.
Yeah.
It can be very good or different. Is what I feel.
Because for me, I was so conservative. We did a pop-up in Gurgaon and we made an inventory of 100 pieces, okay, that had all kurtas and everything. 2-day pop-up, okay. First day we sold out everything. Second
Really?
day we are sitting. Yeah, mom.
You are lucky, trust me.
So for me, it's grown because of the people.
Absolutely.
I don't think for us it would have
And
happened.
that kind of response.
Response,
correct.
yeah.
That kind of response actually makes you confident about your
Yeah.
product, right?
Yeah.
But when I made my first 500 products and I tried to sell them, A, people thought it's expensive.
Yeah.
B, they were like, why should we buy it?
Yeah.
C, and I was totally clueless of how do I sell it now.
Yeah.
This is when I was in Agra. So I got my first lot while I was still in Agra. Is when I realized that I need to put some shoes in the boot of my car and run to Delhi.
It's beautiful.
And that's how I just came to Delhi. And
I think I did hear some. You told me about it. What was it? Tell me more.
so basically, when I made the brand, I had no idea about what branding is all about, what marketing is all about. I thought you just make a good product and it sells.
Yeah.
But it's never like that. I think making a product is easy. Selling the product is much more difficult than making a product. And to find the right customers is what actually takes a while.
True.
And Agra, everyone makes shoes in Agra. No one buys shoes. They just pick it up from factory outlets.
So you are from Agra
Yeah.
originally.
Born and brought up in Agra. Yeah.
Then you moved to Delhi for DMO.
Correct. So to survive and to sell those 500 pairs, to be honest,
Okay.
I had no intention. If everything was working well from Agra, I would have been in Agra. But I realized that nothing's going to sell in Agra. So I have to shift to Delhi, find new friends who are also customers. So I shifted to Delhi with 30-40 pairs in the boot of my car. My car boot used to be filled with shoes, and then I started working from social. And then, I mean, the conversation starter was, oh, what do you do? I used to tell them, oh, I make shoes. And then I'm like, oh, where? Then they were like, oh, where can we see them? I used to tell them, oh, they are in the boot of my car. You can come and check. I used to take them to the parking lot, show them the shoes, kind of sell it to them in the parking lot. They would try in the parking lot. And Delhi was much more receptive, and I got a really good response. People actually valued the product.
I agree.
They thought it was very fairly priced, and the quality, of course, spoke for itself.
When did you finish those 500 pairs?
Took me a while. Took me like a year to do that. But I think that's how I got my first 500 customers. But also that made me confident enough that I can go ahead with this journey. And I mean, that's when the ball started rolling. And
that's lovely.
Coming back to, but this is not about dmodot. This is about Banana Labs.
No, so it's always interesting to know like the different kind of ways the business kind of started. For us, we were always short of inventory, and I don't know if
I think it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, but it was my father, because he comes from the B2B background. He's like, "Arey, kyun tum log bana nahi rahe ho? Why aren't you making inventory? Why aren't you?" And I'm like, "No, I've always been a bit conservative and a little careful in my approach. So it's always been like that. We are always short on inventory. We always underestimate our figures. So that's always been like, mom and me have always been like that. Ki nahi, if you have to make 200, we'll make 150. Thoda conservative."
Interesting. So tell me how important it is for a founder to be frugal and what are the things that a founder should be frugal on, because you can't be frugal on every damn.
Not on employees.
Okay.
Don't be frugal on employees. Pay them what they ask. Give them a good, whatever it is, because they are literally going to be the backbone of your organization. You can be frugal about inventory. Let's say you think that this may do very well, but you're not certain about it. So maybe you can purchase the material but not make the final product. So that's how we do it. Like, we don't know what size will it come in. So we keep the material ready, and then we also function on a made to order model. So that helps us to gauge the demand.
Correct.
So it also kind of feeds into the layer of sustainability, that we don't want to overproduce. That has been our A1 since day one. So yeah, that is definitely there. I feel like you can be frugal on the inventory, never on people.
So team, you should not be frugal.
No.
You need to have the right team to
the right team to guide you.
Correct. I think I am a very frugal founder. I've been frugal since the beginning. Be it like
500 pairs is not frugal.
I think that's where all the money went, and then I realized that I need to be frugal because I just spent my first lot of money on inventory. I was like, oh my god, now what do? I have no money for anything.
Yeah.
So when you have no money for anything, you have no other option just but to be frugal and like be the packing person for your company, be the marketing head of your company, be like the delivery boy of your company. So I was wearing
I've also done all of those tasks.
So I think frugality to me came in because of my earlier decisions that went wrong. Also, I think because there was no other option. I had to place that kind of an order, but also I really faced like a couple of setbacks in terms of manufacturing initially, where I lost some money. So again, I had no option but to be frugal.
Losses teach you the most in business. Like, I think after that 500 pair, you would have taken such better calculative decisions.
You know what? I mean, even if you've had those experiences, you try to take those, you try to be like a bit more cautious. But you know what? Accidents happen in life, and no one wants to really lose money. But then there are times and situations where you end up getting stuck in a problem that you didn't foresee. And when you are there, you have no other option but to live that moment, move forward, try to learn till the time you make one more mistake. So I think the journey to being rich is not from A to B, it's from mistakes to mistakes, is what I feel. You make a mistake, learn, make another mistake, learn.
I agree with you.
So yeah, it's not a straight line. It's like a sine wave is what I feel.
Not even like, it's up and down.
Yeah, it's like a sine wave only, right? It's like it goes up and down till the time you reach.
You can never crack the code. I don't think it's possible.
I mean, people. So basically, when people are talking about stories, they talk about where it started to where it ended. I mean, mostly the center part is not covered, where people go through like so much of mistakes, bad experiences, learning. But yeah, this is what all we are about. We are trying to talk about where we went wrong, how we made our mistakes, and how we kind of recovered from them, and still fighting hard. Though we might not be at the final destination that we aim to be at, and I think that destination also keeps changing. So moving on to the last question of this segment. We've really had a lot of open tabs, I must say, and I think I'm really enjoying this conversation. But the last tab of this segment is, do you think there's such a thing as brand burnout? And if it is, how does it feel like?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, brands crash. There are so many startups coming in and just dying. And it's true, brands burn out, businesses die. But I think to be at it is the fact that you can pivot to something else the next day, keep evolving, keep listening to your market. And I think that's how you will not, let's say, burn out in a certain way. Because if you're offering just the same thing, even a brand like Coca-Cola, they have Coke Zero now. Even though Coca-Cola does very well. But the point is that unless you evolve and you pivot with regards to what the market is asking for, there is a big chance that you'll burn out. I think you can't just be in your comfort zone. So I think I would just counter it by saying that if you pivot, do the next thing, your business is not working. Let's say your shoes are not working, maybe get into leather jackets or things like that. But I think you need to pivot and figure out what works for you as a brand.
So if you are like ever evolving, you won't burn out. But if you like get stagnated, is when you burn out,
Fully. Yeah.
is what you feel.
What's your take?
I think a brand burnout can happen definitely if the learning stops and the business stops to invent. Definitely. A brand burnout can also happen when you don't
No
hire the
cash.
right people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because see, brands are built by people, and brands are built by a good brand is as good as the team, right?
Yeah.
So
fully.
if you don't hire the right people at the right moment, and if you expect like a person, so like again, it goes back to if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then definitely you will be running into such problems. But yeah, if you keep inventing and if you keep hiring the right talent, I don't think so burnouts happen. But generally happens because people kind of ignore early signs of running into a burnout. And
do you think cash crunch could also be like one of the things for a brand to burn out? Or have you been in that situation ever? And if so, how do you come
it
out
gets managed. I think there are a lot of brands, but it all depends on the speed which you are running at. I think if you are not in that bubble of growth, and if you are running a brand profitably, slow growth, then burnout, there are chances that burnout might not happen. But if you are running at a much faster pace and burning money, then you have to run from raising capital to raising capital, and the moment that last round is not raised, which you were expecting, is when your team shatters away. And of course, people are working with you for the vision you have. Plus also they need to like run their homes.
Fully.
So yeah, I think cash crunch can also cause a brand burnout, but it all depends on
how you
the
manage
pace. The pace of the brand. I mean, if you foresee like a cash situation that might occur in 12 months, you can try to delay it by scaling it down, is what I feel. But I think everyone has a different take on it. So I mean, I won't be a judge of that because I've been growing my brand very slowly in a very organic manner. So we've never faced that situation.
Same.
But
I was thinking maybe the question was more leaning towards the cash sort of thing.
Perfect. So lovely segment. I think we should move on to the next one now.
I also opened a lot of tabs.
Great. I think it was really great at understanding what you've built so far and the struggles and the sleepless nights it took to like be wherever you are right now. And it's quite inspiring to really understand the different nuances of a business and what it takes to like move from point A to B, from B to C. Of course, it's a difficult journey, but
I agree.
We are all wearing it with a smile. Lovely. So this segment actually got us to a lot of tabs which we opened, but were successfully closed with all the lovely answers that you had and the learning that came in with all those answers. Now it's time to switch things up and flip the power dynamic. So should we move on to our next segment?
Yeah, why not?
Definitely. So let's move on to our next segment, which brings in a lot of curiosity and it's much more fun. And again, it comprises of a couple of questions that we have lined up for you. You can ask me the same questions as well.
I will.
And not wasting any time, moving on to our next segment, the curious case of founders. So the first question that I'd like to ask you is, what's the cringe trend you still low-key love?
That I love?
Yeah, it's a cringe trend you love.
I mean, I like reels, like good reels that just nonsense reels. So that the one that's trending, Damien Gar. It's irritating. That reel is
Damien Gar.
It's irritating, honestly. You see so many people do it, and everybody just the women especially, they're all growling It's
Yeah.
irritating.
And
but
they suddenly transition into this like hoity-toity bales like dummy and grr.
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you're talking.
Yeah, so I like it.
It's quite cringe.
Yeah. I think the social media people would really like this trend.
Yeah, I think I fell into that trap too. That trend. I won't say I loved it, but yeah, I've been what do you call that? I've been targeted on that trend as well. Okay, so the next question is that if your brand had a dating profile, what would its bio say?
That's a good one. I would say modern yet rooted. So something that your mom-in-law really comments on it, and she really compliments you that you're looking really nice, but at the same time your husband likes.
Modern yet rooted.
Yes.
Interesting.
Cool, right? So something like what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing a sari with the denim bustier. So something on those lines. That's what Banana Labs is.
Yeah, I think that's modern and rooted is quite interesting.
What would yours be?
Dating, if dmodot had a dating profile, the bio would say timeless and timeless yet contemporary.
Okay.
Handcrafted with love. Yeah, I think
that's a good one.
So yeah, I think that's what one.
I didn't ask you the first question that you asked me, so that's also back at you.
The cringe trend that I love. I've never given it a thought, but I think the trend should be like people. The trend that I love, which I find cringe, actually, I don't know. I don't have an answer to this.
And you're asking me. Please do not cut this.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know. There are so many cringe things that I see, but I don't love. So,
nobody, what do you love?
Low-key love. I don't know.
People will know what you are then.
No, I seriously have no answer to this. So, we'll skip this. So,
but
okay.
Don't cut it.
Yeah, don't cut it. What's something your younger self would be disappointed about in your current work life?
So I think we spoke a lot about time. My younger self would be like, take a moment, relax, yaar. I'm always like, the next thing. Ab kya karna hai? I was a very chill younger self, honestly.
Yeah, now you are very on toes most of the time.
Most of the time. Like, we're shooting on the Sunday. Come on, like that just says it all. We had no
It's
time.
a fun Sunday. I mean, otherwise I would have wasted it. I think it's time well utilized.
Yeah, but like the fact that I couldn't take out time during the week because like it had to be pushed to Sunday. So I'm also enjoying this conversation, but just to say that life has been so busy lately. So yeah, I think I would have just taken a moment to pause if I could.
Interesting. I think that's important because
what's it for you?
I think it's more or less the same because right now we have like one leg in the present, one in the future. We are not really enjoying now, and like also a lot of things get shadowed by so many influences that are there in your life right now, and so many things. Earlier we were like very carefree and very in the moment, had time, but I think that's life. You learn so much, you end up so much, because in the younger days you have like so much in your head, you have a lot of space in your head to accommodate new things, but as you grow you have experiences, you have like different things
and then priorities.
So we'll finish this now. So the last question will be, have you ever felt lonely because of your ambition?
I think being a founder is a lonely journey. There are so many calls you need to take by yourself on the spot.
True.
So it is a lonely journey. And sometimes you're working like late till 12-1. Nobody's there to like speak to you. You are taking calls. You don't even know if it's correct or not. Next day, you have a crazy email coming in saying that blah, 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 blah. So it is a lonely journey.
So what is your coping mechanism? Because a lot of people would like to also understand, because as founders, there are so many things that keep happening in our daily lives. And
I have a lot of founder friends. That is
Correct.
one thing. So because they understand, like if I tell you today, oh, you know, this happened to me, you're not going to be like, ye kya bol diya? It's very normal. But if somebody is working in a job and you tell them that, you know, this has happened and I was, you know, working at this point of time and I got a customer call at that point of time, you'll understand it. Somebody who's working in that profession, they 9 to 5, let's say now it's not 9 to 5, it's whatever the timings are. After that, they switch off. For
Correct.
us, we don't switch off.
Absolutely.
We're always on.
Correct.
Neend mein also, you only said that you're on. So we're
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely. Like I wake up seeing my Shopify sales number. I go to sleep seeing my sales number.
Yeah, fully.
I always keep watching my sales numbers.
So my team gets messages at like 12, 11, 1. Like literally they get my messages and, you know, they know like we're working, and so many of them also reply to me at those hours. And you know, I always tell them that listen, it's okay, you don't have to reply to me. I've just put it out there because I needed to let you know. So yeah, they know that we're up.
So definitely, I also agree that it's lonely at times, but good that now there is a founder community that's together, and we can really share the struggles that we go through. And there are so many people who are enabling such new conversations around the difficulties that founders go through. So it feels good to know that you are not alone in this boat. There are people who are feeling the same way or have felt the same way, like successful entrepreneurs who build big businesses. They also at some point felt the way that we are feeling right now. And that gives us motivation enough to look at that bigger picture and the bigger goal that we will finally achieve, because again, it's always moving from point A to point B, B to C. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy, but we have to keep at it. Lovely, Mariyam. I think this was...
We touched more tabs.
Yeah, we touched more tabs, definitely. And it was a great conversation. So this segment, The Curious Case of Founders, was quite exciting. I think both of us are really curious to know what is happening and how are we navigating the daily struggles that we go through.
And some of them being so common, honestly.
Absolutely. I think founders have a lot of common struggles and common fun elements that keep coming in. I think that's what keeps the excitement alive. So moving on to our next segment, which is a game. Also, I'm not aware of what is in the game, but I've been told that it's quite fun. So, and we have to actually work as a team in that game. So yeah, let's move on to our next segment. That's a guessing game, I guess.
Super.
And yeah, let's move on to it.
Bring it on.
Lovely. So Mariyam, we have a fun game now that we are playing. So I think both of us have to figure out what is... So there is something written on these cards.
Okay.
And then we have to figure out what exactly it is.
So you're going to hint me?
No, I'm not going to hint you. Both of us have to guess.
Okay.
So you pick up the card and then we will see what our first card is. So...
Cancel you. Cancel me. Did you make these? No?
No, I didn't make these.
Q.
So it says Q.
Q cross me. Q me.
Excuse me? Excuse me.
X. Oh.
Excuse me.
That's wonderful.
So I'll pick up the next. Okay.
Stands _ 023456. Stands _ 023456. Stands.
Standing
Standing
so there
ovation.
are numbers. Standing ovation. No.
Stands.
Line. Stands.
Understand? Misunderstand?
No. What is this?
No one. Oh.
No one understands. Lovely. So yeah, you go for the next.
That's a nice one. E action. E action. E action.
For action.
Red, it's in red.
For action. Is for action?
E
a
for
word?
action. E action.
For action is something you have to connect with the E. But the
Fraction?
red color, so
Red E for action. Red E for action.
yes,
Ready for action.
Oh,
Ready for action. Ready for action. Good one. So now I'll go for it.
Yeah. These are fun.
So
Well done.
the next is RPIT.
RPIT the world. P
Oh, I know this.
Yeah.
This is trip around the world. I've seen this trip around the world. Trip around the world. Good
I
one.
really like that one.
Anna, trip around the world. Go for it. Next is you.
Right equal to right. Right equal to right. No, but this is right.
equals to right. Right equals to right. Right.
Right is equal to right. Right.
Equals right. Right. Pass. Right
Gender
equals
equality.
equal right.
So,
Chalo.
gender
Chalo,
equality.
skip. Next.
It was you, by the way. Working 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5. That was quick. Huh? You like are fully trained in this. Huh? Working 9 to 5 was very quick. Na fish.
Now fish into 2. Now fish. Now fish into 2.
Tuna fish. Tuna fish. Yes. Tuna fish.
Cute. I'm a vegetarian though.
That's fine.
Kind of guessed it, so I'm proud of me.
So it is noon tea. This is noon tea. Noon tea?
Noon tea is not a thing, Abhishek.
I don't know. Maybe like you have tea in the afternoon as noon tea. No, I thought so. But
No.
N-O-O-N-T.
O-O-N-O. No O-N-T. Don't know.
Noon tea.
Noon tea.
Afternoon tea.
Oh.
I was correct. So there is a thing
Okay,
called
okay.
noon tea.
Fine.
There is afternoon tea.
Okay. Chill.
Wise plus wise.
Very wise.
Twice? Two wise?
No wise.
Wise plus wise. Two wise.
Double wise.
Double wise. Wise square.
Wise. I was saying the same thing.
What is it? Wise plus wise.
because you have to add
Oh, nice.
This was difficult. Advice. But this was a fun game, Mariyam. I
We
think.
did well.
Yeah, I think as a team we did really well.
Yeah.
I mean, and for the ones which were tough, they were actually tough.
Yeah, they were really tough.
I mean, Sunny's side up, I won't have ever guessed.
No, it was just weird.
Which was the best one for you?
9 to 5, like I guessed it.
I think for me it was trip around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but lovely game. So now we move on to the next game. So the next game is cheap versus expensive. So I'll tell you what the game is about. We'll be given to. I'm also not aware about what is cheap, what is expensive.
Cool.
So we'll be given things, and we have to taste or maybe see or feel the things, and tell our audience which one's cheap, which one's expensive, and see if we are right.
Cool.
So
I'm hungry.
should we
Already
start?
hungry. Let's
Should we
do
start?
it. Yes.
Lovely. Let's move towards the next game, cheap versus expensive, and let's see how we perform in this one. So basically, I think this is 2 samples of water, and we have to taste it and then tell which one's cheap, which one's expensive.
For one's Evian.
I have no idea. You begin. You taste first, and then you take your pick.
And the other one is what? I hope it's filtered.
You have to take. I don't know.
That's like Bisleri or something. And
So you're saying this is cheap, that's expensive.
no, this feels like more tap water or like the
Okay, so
regular
cheap.
filter.
Which one's cheap and expensive? You have to point.
So expensive and cheap.
Cool. So now I'll taste.
this has that Bisleri wala taste. If not,
Yeah,
है ना?
expensive, cheap. Expensive, cheap. No?
what?
No,
Wait,
So this is?
expensive.
but what?
That's Evian.
Yeah.
We definitely have no taste for luxury. We are calling Evian cheap and we are calling Bisleri expensive.
So we are frugal founders. We don't know.
Yes,
shit.
this is like, that's expensive, that's Evian, this is Bisleri.
But I think maybe your decision would have been clouded because of me. So next
Absolutely.
time you try.
Yeah, I want to taste Evian again.
Bisleri. मुझे ये तो समझ आया कि Bisleri था.
Evian tastes shit, to be honest.
This tasted like जो एक्वागार्ड का पानी होता है ना वैसा टेस्ट कर रहा था. So clearly I don't have a taste.
Great. So, I think we'll call for the next set.
Yeah. Nutty is
voting.
nutta.
Now, Mariyam, don't say big balls
Yeah,
and small
I'm not,
balls.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Between nut and nutta.
Okay,
Nutties and nutta.
go for it. I'll go for this.
This is nutties.
Hmm. I think you can tell this better.
This is that. Cheap, expensive. But
Yeah.
you pick yours.
But taste mein, that's better.
This is nutties.
What is this? You've tried this earlier.
I have. I just don't know the name. This is nutties. Nutties is not so pricey, and this.
Okay.
No, you.
take yours. I say expensive, cheap.
Yeah, I'll say cheap and expensive.
You said otherwise.
Yeah, I said expensive, cheap. Congratulations, Mariyam, you were right on this one.
Thank you.
I definitely have
But
no
what
taste
is
for
this?
chocolates.
What is this?
I have no taste for chocolates and not a
I
good
mean,
judge.
I'm not a sweet tooth either.
But this is tasty. Nutties.
Nutties.
I think.
Maltesers. Maltesers. Yeah, that's Maltesers.
Hmm.
Good job.
Lovely. So, it brings us to the end of this segment.
Oh, it was so nice. Thank you.
You got 2 points out of 4. I got 1.
That is disqualified. That species wala. वो गलत बात.
But now we know that people are packaging stuff as expensive, but it's actually cheap.
Yeah.
So packaging is all what that matters.
Yeah.
Good learning.
Good learning. Really good.
But you still got 50%. I got like 1 right out of 4. So
Yeah.
Congratulations, you win this one. And yeah, moving on. It's time to end the podcast here. And
it was really nice. Thank you
it
for having me.
was a wonderful conversation. And it was wonderful to learn about the brand so much.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to learn about the watch, learn about the struggles,
Yeah.
learn about everything as a founder that you've been through and things that Banana Labs has done so far.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. And honestly, same to you and to dmodot. Like you guys have been doing really, really well. And just a lot of blessings, love, and wishes. Hope we grow leaps and bounds.
Thank you, Mariyam. Thank you so much for being a part of this
Thank
and
you.
blessing us with your presence.
Thank you.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. And we are glad that Mariyam could take out time and be a part of our first podcast. All I'd like to say is that from this podcast, we learned that past is not something that you need to escape from. It is always something that you can learn from. What mistakes we do today will definitely be in the past and future, but we should always strive to learn from it and embrace it rather than forget it. All I'd like you to do is tell us if you expect something or if there's something that you want us to talk about in our next podcast, and we would like to bring it to you as well. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious, stay kind, stay unfinished.